Yeah, check for updates. I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, he just doesn't wanna. So, whatever. You love me. Anyway, yeah. I made macaroni. And I ate a considerable amount of it. I really love it. I even think I like it more than spaghetti or long pasta now. So yes, I mean next week I'm gonna formally turn in my resignation. We've talked about it already. Yeah, I don't know when the government positions I applied for, when they're gonna contact me, if they're even gonna contact me. After 1 or 2 months. Hmm. So yeah, I'm almost 1 year in my current company. It's it's pretty sad that I gotta go. Instead of oh I got the option. Instead of them having to wait on me, I taking the responsibility. I don't want one of my superiors to be embarrassed. If yeah, but if I resign, I wouldn't be blocked from applying to that company again. I think after 6 months of after 6 months, 6 months after resignation, I can reapply if I really don't have any fallback. And yeah, I really don't have a plan to buy like a motorcycle. I can study driving again and then get a license. Yeah, I think I gotta do that, so that I can I don't know if I'm ready. Yeah, I mean, I did study back in 2017 or 18, and it went well. Manual. Yeah, I studied manual. So like the 40-60 or the 60-40, I cannot remember anymore. Oh, it's Saturday. So yeah, I cannot stay for very long. I think maximum would be like 2 hours. I gotta go later. I'm gonna go later. You know, I'm pretty thankful for today. You know, I may, and you know, I just kept on sleeping during my usual waking hours. You know, I'm gonna have to adjust anyway. 2 hours.
You asked for it.
Oh, frick, I thought it was this guy.
He might feel a little bit.
Oh, frick.
I'm the front man. It's the fight. Look alive.
Killing in the name of dun 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 dun. So yeah, yesterday I got a free snack. Got a free snack for having a commendation. So I had a commendation, and then they set up like why am I telling you guys all of this? So I guess I'm very happy. I'm like, yeah, she's gone. I wonder when she'll be launching back. As the press bring right, and then it's one more time. Look here, she's going. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Man, I'm just talking to myself. Slow them down. Wrong button. Man, it's pretty early. I know it was like drizzling earlier, but not anymore. Later I'm gonna keep on checking on my laundry. Going up my mountain. That I think that song won the Grammys, right? Pretty awesome.
You asked for it. Oh, now you've got me worked up. No.
What the freak? Got a man down. They got Youngling.
Buckle up. Nice and spicy. Content. Look alive.
Meow, 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 meow. So, I don't think that wind turbines are gonna be good, in a freaking home setup, and we're not close to the sea. Yeah, so
For 3 times stronger
this guy looks like a freaking influencer. I don't know.
Tooth Center.
Take their word.
Use Sensodyne. Repair and protect. Shop now.
This is a $100 solar panel, and this is a $100 wind turbine.
Man, that's pretty small for $100.
Which of these generates more
Maybe it's freaking monocrystalline. But that wouldn't cost that much in the Philippines.
energy in a normal backyard? That's what we're testing in this video, but to be honest with y'all, things did not go the way I expected. Nothing is changing. There we go. What kind of solar panel do you get for $100?
We can get better in the
This is everything that
Philippines.
came in the box. A 100-watt solar panel from a brand called Renogy and a warranty card. And now the really interesting question for me is what kind of wind turbine?
And I'm not saying like Philippines #1, but I'm talking about how much things cost.
Do you get for $100? Well, you definitely get more than just a wind turbine. The blades. Whoa, okay. This is I don't know what to call it. The head, the mount. It's sturdy for sure. 5 blades, kind of flimsy, plasticky, some sort of cap. Hardware. This is a wind controller. I think I see where this is going. What's in here? Just a metal cylinder for mounting, I presume. This is a 500-watt wind turbine, so it could supposedly produce up to 5 times the amount of power as this solar panel. But before we can start generating power, we need to complete these setups. For the solar panel, it's super easy. You just grab a power station that's compatible with your solar panel, and then the wiring to connect it all.
What the freak? I'm not gonna talk about DIY, bro.
For the wind turbine, they have a wiring diagram in the instruction manual, but I have an idea for how I can do it just a bit more easily. If I connect the wind turbine's wires to the wind controller's input wires, and connect the wind controller's output wires to this solar charging cable, then when I assemble the wind turbine and spin these
What up?
blades, the turbine should start outputting power that I could use to charge a power station. This is because the wind controller takes the AC power that is produced by the turbine and converts it into 12 volt or 24 volt DC power. So I should get a positive voltage reading on the multimeter when I spin these blades. I'm gonna spin them slowly to start and see what happens. Ooh, is that 55 millivolts? That's not much.
Oh man, Minnie. What the frick?
Ooh, 0.4 volts. Okay, I'm gonna spin it a little faster. 1.3.
Man, that's not... That's so little.
Okay, 1.4. I'm gonna spin it really fast. 3.
Those numbers were low, but still encouraging, so I just went ahead and plugged the turbine into one of the solar charging
So what
ports
do you wanna
on the
talk
power
about?
station.
Or more generally, you could call them the DC charging ports.
They accept DC power, that's what this little symbol right here means, between 11 and 60 volts.
Whether that DC power is coming from a solar panel, a car charger, or yes, even a wind turbine, theoretically. All right, here goes nothing. 3, 2,
Yeah, what up?
1. Nothing. I'm gonna try to spin it basically as fast as I can. Back. Nothing. Yeah, I have to use a 12 volt battery. All right, I think I figured out what's happening. I don't like it, but I can live with it.
I suspect that the wind controller, like a lot of
You know, I think I can get to play like it's Saturday. I think I'm gonna get to play like 2 Counter-Strike games and that's it. I'm gonna go later. Yeah, man. I made macaroni today.
solar charge controllers needs to be connected to a power source first.
And the power station solar charging ports, they don't output power, they only accept power, so it was never going to get the power that it needed to turn on from those ports. But maybe it will get the power it needs if I connect it to a 12 volt battery. Okay, there we go. There's a light, maybe you can see it just turned on. It was not turning on when I plugged it into the power station. Don't be dumb like me and try to get all clever with the wiring.
Just do it the way they tell you in the manual.
All right, I have a watt meter with a camera on it. And give it a slow spin to start, see if I see any action. The voltage is not really changing. I'm not seeing any wattage or amperage. These work. I'm gonna go really fast. Let me try the other way. Nothing.
Even though I didn't register any power output in these tests, I was still cautiously optimistic about the wind turbine because, despite my slow spinning, it was clearly outputting something, and I'd gotten the wiring all figured out. And most importantly, this wind turbine can supposedly output up to 500 watts, which is a lot. So I blamed the lack of output on my tiny muscles and decided that it was time to see whether the panel or turbine produces the most energy in my yard.
So let's get both of these mounted.
I'm in for solar. This is not windy at their place, from what I can see. What? Lomi? Oh yeah, that's the thick noodle in white sauce. Oh, in white. It's not really sauce. Soup. Yeah, I think that's what lomi is. Or not white, maybe yellow. Pancit lomi. Yo, that's pretty good, man. I haven't had that in a while. We used to serve that where I used to work. Where I work for my summer job. Yo, meow meow meow. Oh my. Did it have eggs in it? Wow. Maybe Maybe chicken stock. I'm betting it's chicken stock. The soup.
You can't run.
I wouldn't normally eat that. Actually, I don't really like lomi or any pancit. It's actually Chinese, Chinese influence, the lomi. I mean, any noodle is freaking Chinese influence.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Enhanced animal model. You can't run. Animal test 6308.
And what I don't like about noodles, of course, it's very low in nutrients. And it's only high on carbohydrates. So I hope I don't get hungry pretty quick. I mean, it was yesterday, right? Mickey Lomi. I wouldn't eat that very often. I prefer spaghetti. I prefer the tomato sauce rather than those salty food. Damn, I really can't do anything while it's doing that.
Hands where I can see 'em. Surrendering. Nova, get the squeeze the seal. Drop your weapon. Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy. Try not to.
And
Nice and spicy.
what else?
You're in for a little shock.
Yeah, I know about that as well. And you know what? I don't like to put cornstarch in my soups and sauces anymore. I used to do that to make it thick. I don't do that anymore. I'm freaking health conscious, I'd rather have it runny. I'd rather have it thin, not thick. I gotta take care of myself, man. No one's gonna do it for me.
Squirrel, Mark 2, Animal Test 6308.
With the wind!
Judgment. He might feel a little prick.
I'll make short work of you. Wind blade!
Stand clear. Lights out. That's it. Enhanced animal module 75. Let's see.
1,000 damage only from Traveler.
Wind blade.
1,000 damage only.
308. Stand clear.
Yeah.
The
Gotta-
solar
gotta
panel,
take care of
for long-term
myself.
use, you'd ideally want something that could handle high wind speeds, but for short-term use, you can just prop it up against something. I'm gonna be just a little fancy though and use this mount that I bought online for like 40 bucks because it gives me a little more freedom.
I also like how this stand keeps the panel off the ground so it doesn't get shaded by grass.
This area gets a lot of sun throughout the day and it has minimal shade, so
Like
What
right
the
here.
I've turned it
frick?
south because I'm in the northern hemisphere.
And I've angled it at 30 degrees, which is a good angle for this time of year where I work.
Then I just connect some solar extension cables, bring them inside my shed, connect them to this watt meter. You don't need this watt meter or the extra battery, by the way. I'm just using this setup to track how much energy the panel produces. Look, we're already getting 22 volts and I don't even have to spin any blades. Lastly, I just connect this solar charging cable. And now the solar panel is ready. Once I plug the charging cable into the power station, it'll start outputting power. Only the wind turbine were that easy. Mounting height, 6 to 8 meters.
This thing is 2 stories tall.
Imagine what sort of concrete base you would need to put in to handle all this weight at high wind speeds. Not to mention the added costs of all that wiring or metal pipe to get it up that high. And then for me, and maybe for some of y'all, there's a stealth consideration. You might not want the attention, from your neighbors or your HOA maybe. That comes with a 20-foot high wind turbine in your backyard. And the Department of Energy recommends that you mount it as far away as possible from any nearby obstacles. And nearby could include things like hills or trees up to a mile away, and then single trees and buildings within 500 feet of the turbine location. But in a normal backyard, that's also really not that realistic. So taking all that into account, I'm just gonna mount it to my shed. This should give it about 10 feet of height off the ground. Speaking of added cost, this wire, metal pipe costs like $50 to get it. The manual says to weld this sleeve onto the pipe you're using, but I do not know how to weld. Besides, on the next page, it basically says you can do whatever you want as long as it's secure, so I'm just using some bolts. And I do really hope all the extra effort to mount this is worth it. I will say I do like how it doesn't take up any extra space in the yard. I think it looks kind of cool, but I don't know, what do y'all think? Is one of them more of an eyesore than the other? Now I'm just gonna mount the wind controller and connect it to the
Sounds like a
battery.
lot of work.
Once again, with a watt meter for measuring energy production. And now the wind turbine should be completely ready to go once I just connect these 3 wires to the wind controller. All right, I'm gonna plug in the solar panel. And I'm connecting the wind turbine to the wind controller. Let's go, got everything set up. I'm gonna check the initial power output in these conditions, and then I'm gonna do 3 days of testing to see which setup produces the most energy. It's a mostly sunny day today, and the solar panel is outputting.
Man, I hope you also eat like solid food. Bro, come on, man. Yeah, whatever. I think I once used Campbell soup as like pasta sauce. I'm not even kidding. I did that once.
79 watts according to the power station, and according to the watt meter, ooh, looks like 77 watts.
And the wind forecast for today says wind speeds are 0 to 5 miles an hour with gusts up to 11 miles an hour.
Which really did not sound like much to me until I saw this graph on Vivor's website. 11 miles per hour works out to around 5 meters per second. So according to this graph, we might have periods of around 50 watts of power output, even on a still day like today.
I'm definitely skeptical based on my earlier tests, but still holding out hope. Wind speed up here is around 1.5 miles an hour. But yes, it is not even spinning yet. The manual says the startup speed is 2.5 meters per second, which works out to 5.6 miles an hour. And the light is on in the wind controller, meaning that everything is properly connected to the battery. But let's check the watt meter, see what we have. Okay, so it's reading the battery voltage at 13 volts. So you can see on the bottom right, 0 watts coming in. 13 volts is the max. 0 watt hours have been produced. No power yet.
We'll keep a close eye on the wind turbine and the solar panel, though, over the course of the day, especially if there are any gusts that come through. The sun is gone for the day, and I do not think the wind turbine moved once in those few
Oh my.
hours.
See?
Power station started at 7%, so let's check what it got up to. 14%. 0 watts coming in right now, of course. And I just checked the app, and according to the power station, 75 watt hours were produced by the solar panel today. Let's see how that compares to the watt meter. Okay, 0 watts coming in. It'll be right here in this left-hand quarter. A max of 82 watts at one point. That's good. 2.3 amp hours, and should be watt hours next. Oh man, 47 watt hours. That is quite a discrepancy.
Do I trust the watt meter or the power station more? In this case, maybe the power station. I'll leave the watt meter connected though. This one was like a $15 watt meter that I got from Amazon. Fortunately, the one I've connected to the wind turbine is much better. It's from a better brand called PowerWorks, and it cost me like 65 bucks. Let's check to see if any energy was produced. Okay, 0 watts. 0 watts coming in currently, and this one cycles through faster. Oh, that's a max of 0 watts over the course of the afternoon. 0 watt hours produced, nothing. All right, last check before bed. Did we get any energy from the wind turbine? If not, I'm not too worried because it's supposed to be way windier tomorrow with gusts up to 30 miles an hour.
I'll quickly confirm the solar panel is at what it was at last time. Wait, what? Is the screen? Did this watt meter just stop working? What?
I'm glad I have the power station. I can still track energy that way. Wow, okay, yeah. I'll remove it for tomorrow. And for the wind turbine,
Hold on. I was checking if it was still raining.
I'm just looking to see if there's any positive value for the maximum wattage or any positive value for the watt hours produced. Okay, 0.
You know, I don't think I'm gonna play. Maybe I'll just play one round of Counter-Strike, then, you know, I'm gonna prepare.
Watt hours produced. Maximum power of 0 watts. Nothing.
Ooh, there is definitely some wind out there today. It is starting to move.
that is all the action we're getting. Ooh, the gust is coming. Just felt it. A little bit of turning.
A wind speed up here. Oh, interesting.
No, it's pretty nice to be able to get to perfect these two. So, yeah. I'm just gonna get my what do you call this? Expedition stuff. And then let's play Counter-Strike or a different game. You know, I really I really wanna play Warhammer today, but you know, I don't have a lot of time. There you go, Genshin. When are you gonna give me a LAN? When are you gonna give me a LAN?
This meter is like going back and forth. Can you see that?
That really was a lot of turbulence in a short amount of
Hold on,
time. I don't know, that felt...
Let me get my phone. Hold on.
informative. Oh, and it's a very cloudy day today. It's supposed to rain later, actually. I removed the cheap watt meter from the solar panel setup, but look, the power station isn't even on yet, meaning it has not yet started solar charging. Oh, it just cut on. Literally just cut on. It's flashing. Oh, our first solar input for the day. Did you see that? 6 watts. 7 watts. Nice. Why is it flashing like that? And for the wind setup, did we get anything, like last night or this morning? Okay, 0 watts currently coming in. 0 watts max, so that means, drumroll please, well, no surprise there, 0 watt hours total. But if this graph is accurate, then based on the gust wind speeds for today, which work out to 13.4 meters per second, we should be seeing close to the max power output of this wind turbine, maybe 400, 450 watts. It's around noon, and not only did the sun come out, as you can see, but it's also supposed to be the windiest part of today. There have been gusts that have spun the wind turbine. Actually, it's spinning a little bit right now, but it hasn't spun very fast or for very long. Okay, we're getting some strong winds. Okay, it might be hard to tell with the frame rate of the camera, but this is the fastest I've seen it spin. Let's check the power output. Nothing. Oh no. Y'all, I'm starting to wonder if this wind turbine is just a piece of crap. Meanwhile, on a not so sunny day in November, the power station is charged up from, I don't know why the screen's flashing. I'll try resetting it in just a sec. It's charged up from 13% to 29%. It's only getting 18 watts, 16 watts from the solar panel. And I just checked the app, 170 watt hours have been produced by it so far. All right, y'all. Final check-in for day 2. And if the wind turbine hasn't produced any energy today, then tomorrow I'm pulling out all the stops. For the solar setup, the power station is at 32%, and the solar panel produced 222 watt hours today. That's not too bad for a mostly cloudy day. And for the wind turbine, what did we get? 0 watts currently, no surprise there. 0, 0, 0.
The windiest day in weeks did absolutely nothing, so it was time to bring out the big guns.
Or what does it take for this thing to output power? This one has 6 levels and apparently gets up to...
And it's just dumb. So sorry about that.
120 miles an hour. So what do we get at level 1?
I think I gotta take vitamin C.
About a foot away. Gotta be.
And this can be serious.
I just bought this dirt cheap solar setup from Temu, and the question I have is, did I get scammed, or does Temu actually have some really good solar products at insanely low prices? I'm gonna find out by putting it through some testing and then seeing how it stacks up to the brand name setups that I
wonder how long it takes for a Temu shipment to the Philippines. If it's coming from China. China.
already own. I'll open up the power station first.
This one has a near perfect 5-star rating with hundreds of reviews.
But I did find some concerning 1-star reviews, like this one from It's horrible. Doesn't even power a 25-watt light for more than an hour. It's a joke. I have a 25-watt light right there, actually, so we will definitely test that out later. In the box, I got a wall charging cable, a manual with 3 replacement fuses. I have never gotten replacement fuses before. It's not reassuring. It makes me think I might blow a fuse while testing this unit.
Yeah,
and there's the
it's
power
normal.
station itself, the Upis Exodus 600. It looks fine. It has the standard ports and outlets for a power station of this size, but there's something about it, y'all. The case, the quality of the plastic, can't quite put my finger on it. It just feels cheap. Extension cables, solar charging cable. All these accessories have incredible reviews as well. Makes me wonder if review botting is a common practice on Temu. Branch connectors.
Oh,
Last
no.
up, the solar panels.
You'd never believe it. Amazing reviews for the solar panels as well.
Like, listen to this 5-star one from Jan18. Truly, I've never been disappointed with the solar panels. Maybe other things, but not the panels. My older brother swears by a Harbor Freight store. I don't even tell him what I paid because it would hurt his feelings. Depending on which one you get, you can save a minimum of $50 per panel. I have 10.
Wow.
The deal is just too good. I always buy another. Hope this helps. Oh man, okay, Harbor Freight called out. Well, we will definitely compare these to some Harbor Freight panels later. For how cheap these were, these are surprisingly compact panels, which is a good thing. See if they output their rated power. The edges are sharper than normal though. I cut myself while unboxing them. All this cost me just $250.
No, that's not cheap for Philippine standards.
So this one arrived 67% charged, and its charging speed is settling at around 200 watts, but this unit says it can charge it up to 300 watts. Let's compare that to the charging speed of a
I think that the solar panel is decent.
Harbor Freight panels later. For how cheap these were, these are surprisingly compact panels, which is a good thing. We'll see if they output their rated power. The edges are sharper than normal though. I cut myself while unboxing them. All this cost me just $250.
So this one arrived 67% charged,
And its charging speed is settling at around 200 watts, but this unit says it can charge it up to 300 watts. Let's compare that to the charging speed of a top brand. This is the River 3 from EcoFlow, and you can see it's charging at 320 watts, and it's at a similar state of charge.
And while the River 3 charges completely silently, the Oopus is already making quite a bit of noise. So point for this round goes to the EcoFlow.
You might wonder, can I increase this charging speed in the app? Because Oopus does make an app. They're not a completely unknown brand like you might suspect. They do sell decently well on Amazon, and a lot of YouTubers will test out and review their stuff. But the thing is, when I go to add device, this model does not pop up. That is because this unit is not compatible with the app. That's not a deal breaker, but most power stations of this size you can control with an app. So I'll let this finish charging, and then I'll find out what devices and appliances it can run.
So will this T-Move setup work if you want to go camping and have enough battery to run the devices you bring with you? With all this, the power station is currently outputting 45 watts or so, and there's an estimated 3 hours remaining.
One area where they definitely skimped is this USB-C port. Most power stations like the River 3 have a 100 watt USB-C port. This one only outputs 15 watts.
Let's see how the power station holds up running all of this for an hour.
Yo.
This power station has a 256 watt-hour battery, which is standard for this size.
I'm just looking at the capacities.
This power station, but get this, its cycle life is a little bit greater.
This guy is really into stations rather than DIY. This is what he shows.
Greater than power stations from the leading brands, meaning the battery should last a little bit longer. Let's check this power station. Oh no, my umbrella.
Looks like it ended up being a bit of a water resistance test as well.
But how well did it hold up during that hour? Because if it struggled here, that does not bode well for it running basic light, like Aunt said in her review, let alone bigger appliances like a TV or fridge.
Looks like the fridge is still running, and the phone, it's not charging. Oh, liquid detected, okay. Hopefully the power station's okay. Let's check. Yeah, 87%. It's not outputting any power though. It could be that all the devices are not charging, like the phone, and the fridge is just not running. So I'm gonna lower its temperature, see if I can get it to start. There it goes. It is now outputting power to run the fridge. I ran the same test on the EcoFlow, and after an hour, it was sitting at 83%. Very similar performance, but this ekes out the point here, assuming that its cycle life is actually what they claim.
So is it really true that this T-Move power station can't run a light for 1 hour? Currently using 17 watts, and there's an estimated 5 hours remaining. It certainly should be able to, and a lot more. So I'm also plugging in my TV and kitchen fridge. I do not like the sound the fridge is making already. With everything running, it is now outputting 125 watts, and there's just 1 hour remaining. Sounds like the fridge just kicked on. Now it's up to 170 watts, 58 minutes remaining. The Oopus can output up to 600 watts normally, and then surge up to 1200 watts, which is surprisingly good for how cheap this thing is.
In fact, the EcoFlow has half the power output, so the Oopus easily gets the point here and takes the lead before we test out the solar charger.
See if it's been there the whole hour, or if I need to replace a fuse at some point. We've got about 30 minutes left on the test, but I'm going to check the battery. 41%, outputting around 170, 180 watts currently. Look at that, only 29 minutes remaining. Will it last the hour, I wonder?
No, I mean, not to brag, but I got 4 times the capacity from something that costs almost twice. Well, so my savings would be twice only, because 4 times and divided by 2, I wonder where he's located. United States?
Alright, it just hit the hour mark, so let's check. Wow, 1%, 0 minutes remaining, still outputting 170 watts or so. It just made it.
But the question remains, how does it fare against two of life's most important high-power appliances? First up, the humble coffee maker. This coffee maker uses 900 watts. That is above the normal output rating on the Upus, but it is below its surge rating. I gotta be honest, y'all, it's late in the afternoon now, so I'm just gonna use the nastiest things I got.
So will it brew me 1 cup of coffee? Let's find out. Wait, did it? Oh, it instantly overloaded it. There's an error. Yep, error 01, output overload protection. All right, well, good thing I used Starbucks beans.
Good job.
But that does not bode well for this power station being able to run my microwave. Come on, chicken nugs.
Man, I never use it. I never use mine for microwaves, for heaters, for what else? I don't even grills or even heat guns or what else. I just don't trust the inverter to be able to handle that.
Started. Oh my gosh, the light is...
It's like these people have the money to do what they want, to do tests.
flashing. Oh, crap.
And my stuff is for my personal use. I'm no influencer, I'm no freaking sponsored person. I just like to share what works and what doesn't. What I've tried.
And this time, not again. So how well do these Temu solar panels work? And will I feel like a sucker if I buy more expensive Harbor Freight solar panels instead? First thing I noticed, look at the size difference. The Temu panel is quite a bit more compact. This is where I'm beginning to doubt if this is actually a 100 watt panel or not. The Harbor Freight panel has these plastic corner covers, so no more cutting myself. And it has a built-in kickstand. That's pretty cool. To solar charge the Upus with the Temu solar panel, I just connect the extension cables, then the solar charging cable, and plug the right connector into the solar charging port. And now the solar panel should be charging the power station. Oh yeah, charging it at 53 watts. Let me see if I can improve that by making the angle steeper. Normally there'd be a charging time estimate on the screen, but I'm not seeing one here. Okay, 63 watts is the best I can get. These Temu panels cost me around $80 for both of them. I'm curious how one of them compares to this Harbor Freight one, which cost me $190 just for the one. One thing I don't love about this panel is it uses the less common Anderson connectors, but fortunately the solar charging cable I picked up has both of the connectors I need to be able to charge this power station with this panel. Okay, let's see what we get. 20 watts, that is not good.
4%.
70, maxing out at around 80 watts. Let me once again try adjusting the panel angle. 83, 84, 86, 90 is the max. Wow, 28 watts is the biggest difference I've ever seen between two 100 watt panels. How does that compare to Harbor Freight's more popular 100 watt folding panel that cost me $129? Plug it in. How do we get to this one? Once again, being slow to track the maximum power point. 70 watts. This one's a little bit harder to adjust the angle. Let me see if I can get a little steeper. 73, 74. Best I can do on this. But of course, the Temu panels came as a pair. So I want to see how quickly they solar charge the power station when I connect both of them together. I can't connect these two panels in series because the combined voltage would be too high for the power station, but staying within my $250 budget, I was able to afford these branch connectors, so I'm connecting them in parallel. And according to the panel, but staying within my would be too quickly. They solar charge the power station when I connect both of them together. I can't connect these two panels in series because the
in series.
combined voltage would be too high for the power station, but staying within my $250 budget, I was able to afford these branch connectors, so I'm connecting them in parallel. And according to the panels, I did not need to add fuses. Hopefully this super cheap Temu wiring can handle a little extra current. Power station can definitely handle this. Its solar charging limit is 240 watts, which is really good for this size power station. Hey, what do we get? Starting off slow once again. 15 watts, 30, 50, 100, 120, maxing out at 130 watts. Honestly, Temu was kind of right. Together, these two panels are $40 or $50 cheaper than these, depending on which one you get. And together they output more power.
I'll let these solar charge the power station until the sun is gone from my yard, and then I'll check the battery.
The Upus's solar charging limit is more than double the EcoFlow's, so it again easily takes the point here. But I'll also give the EcoFlow a point for being more user-friendly because it has an app and runs and charges quieter.
It's been charging with these two panels for about 30 minutes, so let's check the power station.
Started at 6%. It is up to 19%, still getting 130 watts or so from solar.
But points aside, the fear is that your dirt cheap Temu power station will die on you at any moment. This exact thing happened to me recently with a different budget power station. Upus does have a great warranty, but it's unclear to me if they honor it for units bought through Temu.
The sun is basically gone from my yard. Let's check the battery. There's definitely a learning curve with these DIY solar setups, so if you'd rather just go the professional route of solar, I'll put a QR code here and a link in the pinned comment below. That'll take you to a free solar calculator. It'll help you estimate how much that would cost for your home specifically. After about 45 minutes of good sun, the power station charged from
6% to 26%.
Oh, nasapitin yung video. Oh, this is just a day, but I don't wanna. What?
Up. Source ka natin to. Yan, na-download na. Install natin. Blinak. Install anyway. Built daw for older version ng Android kaya hindi na. Ayun, na-install na. So, i-install anyway nyo lang siya para ma-install. Chinese. Tingnan natin kung ano yung nakasulat. Privacy policy lang yung nasa umpisa. So, install anyway. Ay, accept. Ayan. And then, search. Ayun, lumitaw na. Next. Ang nakalagay na dito, 100% na yung state of charge. 13.3 yung voltage dito, pero bakit ang i-detect natin ay 12.9? Parang na-experience na natin yan before. Kapag mag-discharge na tayo talaga, tataas yan. Ayun, no? Naka-disable na yung charge MOSFET kasi i-check natin yung paano makita dito yung hindi makita yung voltages ng every cell. I-clear natin yun.
I got lucky.
Ayan. Pwede natin ulit i-charge.
Meow.
Check natin yung voltage. Ayan, 13.2 na. So, ganun na nangyayari kapag na-activate yung protection. Usually, babagsak din yung voltage na madidetect na dito. Pero kapag clear nyo, ay tataas na. So, 13.3. Yun nga yung sabi natin kanina. 13.4, pwede na. Check natin kung pwede na natin siya i-charge ito. Ayun, nag-charge na siya ulit. 72 watts. Yun lang. Paano kaya makikita yung individual voltage ng cells? Back, over current. Walang nakalagay na per cell. Ayan. Nalaman natin hindi gumagana yung JBD BMS dito. So, possible na custom yung BMS nila. Meron silang sariling app. Ang kulang lang talaga na nakita ko dito sa app nila. Maayos yung app eh. Malinis yung pagkakagawa. Pero kulang ng reporting ng individual voltages ng cells. Pero mukhang okay naman yung cells natin. Mabot na tayo ng 13.7. Pag nakaabot yun ng 14, okay na. Hindi naman kasi dapat natin sinasagad talaga ng 14.6. Sinasagad lang natin dahil tinetest natin. Pero, ayun, tumigil na. So, ang naabot lang natin 13.8. Ayun. Hindi natin makita kung bakit siya tumigil. Pero most likely, hindi balance yung cells, kaya tumigil na siya. Bubuksan naman natin yan, so mako-confirm din natin. At dahil alam natin puno na, pwede na nating i-discharge.
Deploying decoy.
So, i-discharge natin siya ng 20 amps hanggang 10 volts. Yan, nag-discharge na. Okay, so second round kasi nakorrupt yung video natin. Nabuksan na natin to, kaya ayan. Hindi ko na mapapakita sa inyo kung paano ko binuksan, pero pinukpok lang natin yan. Natapos na rin yung capacity testing natin. Nakorrupt kasi yung record, biglang hindi na nagluto yung camera, sabi hindi na save yung video. At yun, so uulitin ko yung sinabi ko kanina. Natapos na yung capacity testing natin. Nag-set ako ng timer. Tapos yung timer natin, hindi pa nag-alarm pero natapos na to. Estimate ko kasi sa timer kung kailan na siya matatapos based sa capacity niya. So ibig sabihin, kung hindi pa nag-alarm yung timer natin, mababa yung capacity na nakuha natin kasi namatay agad siya. So eto yung capacity na nakuha natin. Tignan nyo, 75 amp hour lang. Ayan. Nag-start tayo ng voltage natin, 13.25. Minimum na voltage natin bago siya tumigil, 11.6. So 11.6 pa lang, tumigil na siya. Yung voltage ng battery natin ngayon 12.05 na. Pero kanina kasi yan, before pa natin buksan to, hindi pa naman natin siya sinacharge, pero dinisconnect na kasi natin yung BMS. Yung voltage siya na didetect natin dito 4 volts na lang. Pero nung chinek natin dito sa app, natin magko-connect. Ayan, tumaas na, 18% na. Kanina 0% yan. Tapos 12 volts yung lumilitaw dito, pero 4 volts lang dito. So natulog yung BMS nun. Tapos nag-proceed na tayo na binuksan tong battery. Nahirapan nga tayo kasi silicone na naman yung ginamit nila. Hindi na basta-basta katulad ng dati na pag pinukpok natin, hinihiwalay na. Ito, ayan, sinira ko na kasi ang hirap buksan. At ito yung laman niya. Yung BMS niya ay mukhang custom made para sa kanila kasi kamukha siya ng JBD pero hindi nakaka-connect dito yung JBD na app. At ang label 100 amp na BMS. So tanggalin lang natin to para mailabas natin yung cell. Tinanggal ko na to kanina kaya nag-reset na yung percentage dun sa app. Kanina 0% talaga yung nakalagay. Ayan yung battery natin. Nakita ko yung voltage kaya siya tumigil na kanina. Isang cell 2.9, 3.1, naiwan. 3.1 at 2.6. Kanina etong cell na to 2.6 din to, so tumaas na siya. Magkapareho sila nitong dalawang nasa gilid, so sila yung unang na discharge kaya tumigil na mag-discharge. So nakita nyo naman 2.6 to 3.1 yung dalawa, so unbalanced talaga yung cells. At kung titignan nyo yung mga cells natin, eto sa gilid, ewan ko makita nyo sa camera, pero may konting pagka-bloat. Makikita nyo dito, nag-curve to. So hindi siya talaga flat. Nagbo-bloat na siya. Makikita nyo dito, may space na. Tapos wala siyang metal frame yung battery, katulad ng Gentai. So kung sa build quality pa lang, Gentai pa rin tayo. Usually naman hindi naman talaga ganun ka importante, like kailangan mo talaga lagyan ng metal frame. Kung nanonood kayo ng ibang gumagawa ng battery, yung taga Australia, yung battery niya hindi niya kinocompress, pero okay lang kasi kung maganda yung cell mo, hindi naman basta-basta lolobo yan. Kapag lumobo na to, na bago pa lang, may problema talaga yung cell. Ang hindi rin maganda kapag walang metal frame yung battery mo tapos nag-bloat, tapos solid yung bus bar na gamit mo, nagkakaroon ng stress dito sa terminals kasi pinipigilan niya mag-expand yung dalawang cells na magkatabi. Ipupush talaga niyan. Kung nagbo-bloat yan, ipupush niya yan na maghiwalay. So magkakaroon ng stress dito, pwede masira yung cells nyo. So yun ang problema pag ganyan. Tapos chinek na rin natin yung QR code. Iniscan na natin yan gamit yung app. Hindi siya na-scan. Papakita ko sa inyo yung picture ng QR code yan. Kung kaya yung i-decode. I-decode nyo para malaman natin kung ano yung date of manufacture ng cells natin. Dito kasi trinay ko ding i-input manually yung numbers dito, pero hindi talaga siya tatama kasi kulang. Hindi accepted yung format yung mga numbers dito, kulang. Tapos nakita natin nakalagay dito 384 watt hours. Yung 384 watt hours yan, makukuha mo yung capacity, i-divide mo sa voltage ng cell. 120 amp hour dapat yan. Pero nung tinest natin, 75 amp hour lang yung nakuha natin, binibenta nilang 100 amp hour. So merong fishy na nangyayari kung bakit 120 amp hour yung cell pero mababa yung nakuha. So mga rejected na cells kaya to. Tapos sa app pa, magtataka kayo kung bakit gumawa na sila ng sarili nilang BMS, may sarili silang app, maganda yung app nila, pero bakit hindi nila pinapakita yung voltage ng individual cells? Ayaw ba nilang makita mo na unbalanced yung mga cells? Kaya ganun, tinatago nila yung voltage kasi nasa BMS na yun eh, nandyan na yung data, bakit hindi pa pinakita sa app? At yun nga, bloated yung cells, possible, rejected to mga to or matagal na yung mga cells na to, kaya kahit na 120 amp hour siya based dito sa QR code, mababa lang yung nakuha natin. Ayun, so dito tayo tumigil kanina nung nagluko na yung camera. Ang gagawin na dapat natin ay i-charge na natin. Tingnan natin kapag charge natin kung sino talaga ang unang mapupuno. I-discharge din natin para maulit natin yung capacity talaga, para sure tayo. Yan, so babalik tayo bukas kapag puno na to. Yan, fully charged na. Check natin yung voltages ng cells. 3.3 3.3 3.38. Ito pwede na to. 3.38. Kaya konti yung nakuha natin kasi hindi nga balance. Naligyan natin ng load, i-check ulit natin kung ilang watt hours yung makukuha natin. Titingnan din natin kung paano mag-perform itong mga cells, kung iinit ba itong BM.
So, susubukan. I think I'm gonna go right after this round. I don't have time anymore.
It starts under the surface. Hands, metal, motion. Power tuned. Testing.
Up. So, scan natin to. Yan, na-download na. Install natin. Blinak. Install anyway. Built daw for older version ng Android kaya hindi na. Ayun, na-install na. So, i-install anyway nyo lang siya para ma-install. Is tingnan natin kung ano yung nakasulat. Privacy policy lang yung nasa umpisa. So, install anyway. Ay, accept. Ayan.
Can you plan for long?
Search. Ayan, lumitaw na. Next.
Do you know how to plan for long?
Ang nakalagay na dito, 100% na yung state of charge. 13.3 yung voltage dito, pero bakit ang nadidetect natin ay 12.9? Parang na-experience na natin yan before. Kapag magdi-discharge na tayo talaga, tataas yan. Ayun no, naka-disable na yung charge MOSFET kasi i-check natin yung paano makita dito yung hindi makita yung voltages na cell. Clear natin yung start. Ayan. Pwede natin ulit i-charge. Check natin yung voltage. Ayan, 13.2 na. So, ganun na nangyayari kapag na-activate yung protection. Usually, babagsak din yung voltage na ma-detect dito. Pero kapag renew nyo, ay tataas na. So, 13.3. Yung nga sabi natin kanina, 13.4. Pwede na. Check natin kung pwede na natin siya i-charge ulit. Ayan, nag-charge na siya ulit. 72 watts. Yun lang. Paano kaya makikita yung individual voltage?
Nagis sa malayo.
Current. Walang nakalagay na per cell. Ayan. Nalaman natin hindi gumagana yung JDD BMS dito. So, possible na custom yung BMS nila. Meron silang sariling app. Ang kulang lang talaga na nakita ko dito sa app nila, maayos yung app malinis yung pagkakagawa, pero kulang ng reporting ng individual voltages ng cells. Pero mukhang okay naman yung cells natin. Mabot na tayo ng 13.7. Pag nakaabot na ng 14, okay na. Hindi naman kasi dapat natin sinasagad talaga ng 14.6. Sinasagad lang natin dahil tinetest natin. Pero, ayun, tumigil na. So, ang naabot lang natin 13.8. Ayan. Hindi natin makita eh kung bakit siya tumigil. Pero most likely, hindi
No,
balance yung
may
cells,
dun.
kaya tumigil na siya. Bubuksan naman natin yan, so makakontrol din natin. At dahil alam natin puno na, pwede na nating i-discharge. So, i-discharge natin siya ng 20 amps hanggang 10 volts.
I'm top ay no, not anymore.
Yan, nag-discharge na. Okay, so second round, kasi nakorrupt yung video natin. Nabuksan na natin to, kaya ayan. Hindi ko na mapapakita sa inyo kung paano ko binuksan, pero pinukpok lang. Balik tayo mamaya, then check natin yung...
I cannot play one more round. Maybe the good thing about World of Tanks is like you can actually leave the matches. Don't really have to finish them. And then yeah, I've never gotten any penalties. Thank you. I don't really like this one. But I still... I've been winning yesterday, so that's good. You know, I really gotta stop drinking too much coffee. It's been a bad habit of mine for a very long time now. It's not good for me. Yeah, I remember, you know, seeing someone from you know, from more than 1 year ago. Yeah, that really takes me back to the time when I was using my age as a freaking excuse not to be teachable anymore. And I was being teachable, but you know, certain ways. There were certain ways that I didn't wanna live by. No, that I got into problems because of that. You know, me trying so hard not to be like offensive. Yeah, that led to some problems for me. Anyhow, just gotta keep on improving. I don't know if my parents are gonna eat out. What am I gonna do? I already freaking ate. No, I was just gonna be like, groceries, no more freaking eating out. I think some places are just, I don't wanna ruin your mood or your stick, but I don't like it when I feel like a place is like overpriced. No offense. I mean, I know that we're also buying the ambience, Sometimes I like to go uptown, where flashy people flash around. It's extortionate and I don't care. You can taste the pretense in the air, and I wonder what you wear tonight. Shine like this, dress with a snitted tie. Is it such fantasy that I should think someone like you could love a freak like me? Your body is a weapon, love, and it grips me up inside. Hell yeah. They hit me twice, no damage, and I hit them once, 500 plus damage. Hell yeah, brother. Alright, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. So anyway, tomorrow I don't know what time my shift is gonna be. I've forgotten if the 2-hour change will already take effect. I am in doubt, so I'm gonna come early. Body is temple of doom. Frick. Oh man. Hell yeah. 186 damage on this freaking high explosive. You can't believe it. Money is a weapon of doom. I wanna be able to play that song. Someone protect me from the one I love. From the one I love. Someone protect me from the one I love. Someone protect me from the one I love. From the one I love. There's a lot of them here. You know, it's still amazing that I am able to penetrate them. Despite being one level lower. So protect me from the one I love. The one I love. Na pwede maging judgmental pero hindi. Wow. I wonder if I freaking like propagated aquarium plants. I wonder if it's gonna be successful. I mean, if people are gonna buy. I don't know. What did they say? Oh. Freaking defeat. So yeah, after the stream, I'm gonna hang my laundry and then I'm gonna take a bath. And what kind of plants am I gonna propagate? Kabomba? Anubias? What the frick? What? How did they flank, man? Now I wish I never sold the waffle handguards I had before. I miss it now. Lol. Mega City 1. Judge Dredd. You know, I actually like the newer Judge Dredd. And Some people would always argue that the older films are better. Si Carlo Urban. What the IS-5 is classified as a tank destroyer? Oh, TS-5. What the frick? I think we're losing. TS5. Okay, I think he left I think he went to help the others. They got us good. Damn! I wonder what kind of plant they gave me last time. I got one type, I don't know what it is. Maybe I can propagate that one. I don't even know what kind of plant it was. I can get this one around, but I don't have the in-game credits. Tier 9 E50. I just wanna see it. T50. Yeah, I don't I don't play this that much. I'm really more into medium tanks. Orange. Oh, to the sky. And then I'm gonna put a gurami at the freaking wherever I'm gonna propagate the plants at. I we don't have soil anymore, aqua soil. So I'll see what I can do. It's gotta be tall. Gotta be a tall basin so that the plants can really grow. I still have white sand, I think, white sand. Scorpion. What the frick? Still got 1 hour to myself. Maybe, yeah. I can still use a heater for my bath water. And I take a bath with a pail, with a pail and dipper. And we don't have a shower here. We don't have a tub. You know. But I've always wondered, what it would be like to have like a, what do you call this? A bathtub, full size one at home. How do you sell this? I think I kept these around because for their level, they're very high performing. How do you sell? I've forgotten. Penetration 290. Two 298, 266, 266, 298, 266, 298. Yeah, I think I wanna do this branch also. No, I want that one. I also grind this one. Oh, I could have gotten the Ferdinand because of the young panther. Yo, I can't believe I'm 2 levels past it already. Anyway, Where's the T1 car? It's not on the tech tree. How do I sell that one? What else? I don't really want any. I don't want the French ones. And then I'm gonna get the stone and then try to do the Nashorn path. Yeah, I don't do consumables to save money, to save in-game credits. Equipment, I do equipment. Yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I eat. So if they're gonna eat out, then I don't know what I'm. Fall to the sky. Tier 5. Young Panzer and Stong. You know, I remember this from Band of Brothers. And that scene when they were gonna hit it, when they hit it with a bazooka. And then when the Young Panther hit the Sherman. Hell yeah. 2 for 2. Oh yeah. That was nice. Hell yeah. Just the truck. What the frick? How did they get so many of us? Oh man. That was really good spaghetti. Oh, not spaghetti, macaroni. I like what I did. The important thing is, what do you call this? The important thing was that, I enjoyed eating it and then I'm full. It was good. It's nice to be able to make things I like. Right, yeah, I'm gonna hang my clothes and then we're going out. So, yep, bye bye. Thank you for coming, right? Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care. Just a short stream today. See ya.